what's happening? It's Jesse Bowman with the Bowman Land Clearing. So, went and just got the excavator, dropped it off, got the skid steer. We was gonna do a job today, and I was like, well, I need a day to get stuff going. I gotta get all this cleaned up. It's just got so much going on. Got spiders everywhere. So that job that we just got done with, mulching around that pond embankment and stuff like that. Some of these are just, I mean, I don't know what it is, if it's the material, if it's, I have no idea if it's just these knife brands or what. But there's spiders everywhere. I just got done doing some bush hogging down our driveway because it's the dozer guy didn't do any nice slopes or nothing like that. It was just, it's literally like when you're doing this right here, you're just for the water flow, but he made more water come onto our driveway. But that's been 13 years ago, so I wasn't in business doing this because I was still in school at the time. So we're going to go ahead and take these off and change these out to the new ones. Then I got to get all this stuff cleaned out, get the trucks cleaned out. I'm going to probably pressure wash this. I'm not really sure. I'm pressed for time right now to get it done. So we're going to go ahead and get this changed out. So tomorrow we'll have a couple days doing some mulching. So Chris will be definitely helping tomorrow because I need a little bit of a break because running these machines by myself, daylight to dark, need a little break at times for that way I can get some stuff done, get some stuff figured out going on, doing some paperwork. So we're gonna go ahead and get those new knives on there. These are my old ones. I'm gonna go try to go through them and see which ones I could save. That way, if we got a rocky job, then that at least we'll have some that's down low instead of having new crispy ones. So, but let's get it. All right, so I got all the knives put on. It's a little dusty. These are the new style knives that I've got. That was those old ones right there. I gotta get the old ones up. Got the machine dusted. I stuck the Eco Dookie. I stuck it right down in here and angled it a little bit, and then took my air compressor and blew it out the best I could. That way I just back and forth, and then I armor-alled everything, cleaned it up. And this is the way my machine did look, which I had that little bit cleaner. My mat's missing, so thought about buying one so that way I can just take it and throw it out and dust it. So I got everything armor-alled in there, wiped down the best I could and then cleaned the windshield. I dusted everything. You can see how dusty it is. I mean, I went over it 3 or 4 times. Each fin, got it fueled up. Luckily, it reached just enough. I went down each little fin and I did it about 3 or 4 times. It took forever. So, ouch. So got it dusted. I mean, it's gonna stay dusty. I mean, the only way to clean it, cleaned everything in here, because when we fill it up, it gets dusty down in there. So also my tank has problems. It'll read full. Oh, I fill it up, sometimes it'll go half full because of the dust. The $5 fix, so I took the air nozzle and blew it out best I could on both sides. I think I did this side. No. See that right there? All that dust goes down in there and causes problems. So it pushes on the tank, and I've had everything changed on it. So, but we fixing to load it up, get everything ready. So we should be ready to roll in the morning, do some mulching. So I'll have Chris with me, and that way we can hurry up and get it done, and he can have some seat time. All right, so since we got the machine cleaned out, got it armor-alled, I got some extra wipes and some waters right there under here. I used to keep it like that all the time. I'd have cleaning supplies in the floorboard. I kept all the mud off of everything, but when time gets away from you and you're not able to do stuff, I need to spray some degreaser and get all the stuff off. But I'm on this 40 acres right here. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's like 10 or 15, and then he's got 40 up there. So he's on his side by side going and getting the cameras, because where I'm going, I'll be hitting the trails. So we got a small trail here. He's wanting me to widen it pretty much like on each side, like you see the gravel. So he's got a small trail enough for side by sides to go in for his grandkids. He's wanting me to go in and widen them up and open up a little spot. So we should be done today. Got a incline in the mountains, and he's wanting us to hit the trail up on top and then come down on the other side. So I told him we'll try it. I want to make sure that way it's not a safety issue for both of us or me. So, but he said I can drive it on the side by side. I said, well, that's a little different, but we'll see. But we're going to go ahead and start heading that way, and I'll show you what we got to do. All right, so we got ATV trails. You can see barely enough. It's scratching all the kids up. When we came through here, we used to get smacked left and right. We got this one, we got this one. So the whole edge of the property has the outskirts trails. So he said you can't miss it. This side's got fence, this side doesn't. So I'm just coming in and taking two paths, taking that tree out, just widen it up so that way if he brings a tractor in here to bush hog, he ain't got to worry about nothing being scratched or hitting the face. So that's what we got. So there's a fence right along there. I'm going to open this entrance up a little bit, and so stuff like that, we're just going to go in and just wipe it out. And some places I told him I'm going to open it up because there ain't no sense in me just chopping that and then it looked bad in my picture, but go ahead and take it out. So stuff like this, I got my pole saw, so I'm going to spend, I told him about 2 days because he's got 40 acres of trails, so you know. So he said there's trails cut everywhere, so we're going to take this out so that way we can have this hole open right here. So we're going to go ahead and take some pictures, because I usually forget on stuff like this because I'm doing lengthy stuff. So right in here, you know, we'll just kind of come in, I'll just kind of shave it back a little bit, take out what I can. So let's see what we can't do. I was wondering what I was hitting. That sucker's hot too. Whee! So my spring that I had up there somehow snagged one of these, and there's a tree right here. So what it done is it grabbed onto it and it ripped it. So there goes that. At least I had that for a while. These knives are holding up pretty good. Ouch. Taking some hits, but I mean, they're still pretty nice. I mean, I've been mulching for almost an hour. I've cut a pretty good bit. Was going around here. Mulched all that right there. I'm gonna come in because there's a hill right there. And my machine's a turd bucket, and I can't because it digs in. So I was trying to be smooth, trying to take this whole corner. I was trying to get down that way and come up this way because it was more smooth that way. But I wish I had a seam off. Well, I know I say this every time. Something newer than what I got is where I'm getting at. That way I can shred those 10 to 15 inch diameter trees. So my plan is to come in and widen these out, and I may try to make more come in here because I got bigger trees. But what sucks is I got these in my way, and I don't want to go around it because he's got grandkids that has razors and stuff like that. They'll try to go in here and they'll hit something and snag something, so that way they'll have to come in through in between these trees. So I was going to get my pole saw and trim these up, these little stuff like that right there, clean it up. He just said make it wider. So this is what I got done in less than an hour. So doing stuff like this, so like if he wanted me to clean all this out, it would be a little different story. So we're already back at the entrance. So, and then the pole saw all that right there, clean that up, mulch that up a little bit. So big difference. I mean, you can see that over there, barely enough for my machine to get into this right here. So very nice, clean. So stuff like that right there, I'm just gonna trim it back. That way he ain't gotta worry about stuff growing out, touching the razors and stuff like that. Those stuff's expensive. So we're gonna get back to getting that spring off, and we'll try to get you some more footage there. Got this whole corner cleaned up. It's looking pretty good. So there's nothing majorly big other than pines. This was logged off a long time ago, so it cuts off and there's a trail that way. So I'm gonna cut it to about right in here, cut it and curve it out, and then hit that trail and then hit the other trail and then come back up. So I'm just trying to take all the trails I can. But he told me there's other trails out there to find them or make my own. So he said just make it fun for his grandkids to go in and just, you know, drive through. But I'm trying to make it big enough and wide enough, but also clean enough, but still fun. You don't want straightaways, so I'm just trying to make it a little curvy too, so that way, you know, they're out there having fun. And but I made a good spot right in here, or on the other side entrance, where it's straight open, so that way they can have that thing pinned. So we're gonna keep pushing on. Cutting trails takes a little while, but on this upper side it's got some pretty big trees up here. I mean, they may be pine and privet and stuff, but it still takes time. I got out to use the bathroom but fix this. It's dust flying everywhere in there. This is what we got. Pushing pretty good bit. It's almost, let's see, almost 3 hours in. So this is doing pretty good, especially how thick this was. I mean, a RZR and a 4-wheeler could come down through here, but man, it was very thick right in here. This wasn't even here, it was just kind of comes in, just kind of snakes, and then it went that way. So I opened all that up, opened all this all the way up that way, cut a trail. So I did this so that way they can come in and zigzag through. So kind of doing what exactly I would want to do for trails. But we're gonna keep on pushing, and then about another hour or so, hour and a half, we'll be on lunch. I'm kind of getting hungry now. I've hit mostly cedars, sugar maples, all kinds of maples, pines, a little bit of hickories, and I'm telling you what, it is absolutely shredding with those new knives. So right here, which I wadded some up because I couldn't see out of the windshield, it's nasty. I don't really like this stuff right here because it don't foam up. So I was thinking it was going to foam up, and this is what it does. So it's more liquidy, and then when it dries it streaks. I don't think so. So nothing I've ever put on here, even the invisible glass. So I don't put a lot on there. I just kind of space it out by the time it starts to roll down the window, that it rolls down into where I missed the little gaps. But I've got to get a new glass because see, it's starting to streak a little bit. You can see it right there. I don't know what else to do. It's just streaking. But we're going to go ahead, get back at it. Oh, done that. So you can see I opened that up. This is where I was at before lunch, and I came in and stopped because what I was going to do is get everything ready to where they can see it. So I'm going to take this, cut half of this right in here. That way it takes in another 10 foot, and then I'm going to cut down that way because that was about the entrance. So one of these, it's either this one or that one over there around that one is the main entrance where the center's at. So I got to get this at it, wadded up. Freaking knives are still sharp. That's what I need to see. Those things are expensive. So let's get back at it.